Hey, Sue. Hello, my darling. Hello, darling sister. Hi. Thank you so much. Got the animal print on. I've got the, good God, what happened there? Did you, oh, you know what? I've got to talk into this, haven't I? Sorry. I've got the, good God, did you steal a peasant's blouse? I've got a good God, did you steal a peasant's blouse? Yes, here I am. Mike Waddington, Maggie. Who's that? Frank. La passeuse. Ah ouais. D'accord. Bien sûr. Ah ouais. How are you all? Mike, Paddy Reddish. Oh, yes, here you all are. Good evening, good evening. Mark Jackson. Hello, world. Fred, hi. I'm back. I've turned the piano around. I'm in the other room, the little piano, so I've turned it around so you can see a little bit more. So I'm getting a bit of depth here. I've been like working on my lights and shit like that. Sue Flood. Hi, the two Sues. You know I can't start unless my sister's on, and then there's a close second here, sorry, with Sue Flood. I mean, I can't start. I can't, that's for Lisa. I can't start without having the Susan. Tony, Steve, you are fucking melting in the UK. Now, is this ironic, or the fact that I'm here in LA, and I think it's only just 70 degrees, whatever the fuck that is. I can't remember anymore. Might not even be that, but I think a minute ago I saw that it was 68 here and 88 in London. Sorry. It's not funny because it's fucking terrible there, isn't it? I know, for fuck's sake. Melissa? Hello? Wen van der Steeg? Hello? Martin Smith? Great blouse. Thank you, Sue. You know me. Just had to put a little bit of, does this leopard print make me look fat? So, the sleeves, I think the sleeves are like rather, again, I'm a sleeve whore. What can I say? Who else is on here? MG Cons, Mike Stearns, hello, Mick. Mick, here we are, we're all out. I know, it's fucking hot. I don't even know what you're doing indoors, except Stephanie Rood, Kate, hot in the city. I might have the most perfect song for you that I might just add for you guys. I was going to keep it, but let's see how we do time-wise. Remember, this is Ebb and Flow, part 2. Are we all ready, for fuck's sake? For fuck's sake, with the climate what climate change? Come on. What are you talking about? What? Yeah, no climate change here. Britain is like a fucking, what is it? It's literally like being in the Sahara Desert, I've been told. Oh, my God. 95 in Switzerland. Oh, are the mountains melting? That is terrifying. Oh, my God. But you are 90 in Georgia. I know. You're melting today over there as well. It's weird, this on this side. It's just not too terrible. But there you have it. Chris Graham. Hello. Oh, a little bit too much information watching me from bed. Anywho, if I can help with, the excitement in your marriage, the love making. No, I didn't even say that. That's so upsetting. I'm ready to go. And it's hot in Ireland, my sister says. It is hot in Ireland. Sorry I didn't call you earlier. So it's just been mad, trying to get my shit together. Everyone's out, so we're probably not going to have that many people on. But who gives a fuck? Here we go. Are you ready? Hey, Kevin. It's humid in Virginia. Well, hello. You know what she's like. Anyway, Ebb and Flow part 2. Are you ready? Are you ready, people? For fuck's sake, yes. Can I hear a yes? It's minus 14 in Tasmania, mate, where it's winter. Fucking hell, Mark Traves. Minus 14? Jesus Christ. The good news is that the hot weather really does lessen the strength of the... No, it doesn't. Sorry. No, it doesn't. It doesn't lessen the strength of COVID at all. That was bullshit. Sorry. Just thought I'd, bring that one back. The great Trump Bojo axis of evil there. So anyway, here we go. Ebb and Flow, part 2. Are we ready? Shall I go and find, where is my beautiful big, hang on, I need to go and find, where the hell did I put my beautiful big cover of Ebb and Flow so you can see it all again. It's around here somewhere. We've been doing a lot. Pedro was over at 6 feet distance practicing. So we've been doing a lot, but I'll get my Ebb and Flow in a minute. But anyway, this is Ebb and Flow Mark II. This is the record that I made, which was kind of an homage to Laurel Canyon, but really it was an excuse, as you all know from last week, to get together with the people I grew up listening to and adored, Lee Sklar, who, of course, to this day will always be, apart from my husband, the man, the rock, the bass legend in my life. Oh, yes. So, and then it was Russ Kunkel and Waddy Wachtel, both of whom are just the dearest, most incredible human beings, and I'm lucky to know them, quite frankly. So, Ebb and Flow. We got 3 songs left, and I might do a newbie at the end of it. No! So here we go. Now, I want to tell you, before I get into the first song I'm about to do, about coming to LA and how it was. So you'll see the way that it comes into this song. You'll understand this one. When I got here, pull up a chair. When I got here, to say that I was a rube, I had to teach that to Dave Blenkhorn, mate. What does a rube mean? It means somebody that's got no fucking idea and has been living under a stone. I was such a fucking rube, as you know, from the FedEx debacle and what I said to the man in immigration, you know, business or pleasure. Pleasure, I think I found the man I want to marry. Yeah. So you know that I was basically a slight simpleton, or was I on the spectrum, which I think I am, or was I just so mentally ill and depressed? All of the above. So I'd lived for music, you know, I didn't know anything else, and I came to America, I came to LA, and fucking hell, I met, hello Emma, get the cheese out, mate, Andrew. I met the greatest and the worst human beings on the planet. Because LA, anyone that's ever been here, you know that it's a fairly toxic place, because it is basically a who are you, should I know you, what can you do for me kind of a place, because it is a place where dreams come true. Not really, but you know what I'm saying. People come here because they want to fulfill their dreams. Why? Because they think that if they're famous, if they're a well-known person, if they get celebrity or status or fame, they will be happy and it will fill the void and the pain inside them. Yes, maha, the French. That is so not true, as we all know. That is absolutely, I can tell you right now, that is the biggest crock of shit in this world. But here's the thing. I came here, and I literally must have looked like a milkmaid. I remember the first time that a friend of mine, a mutual friend, a wife, who's a friend to this day, and I adore her, she took me out for afternoon tea over to Pasadena. And we met up with these people. They were wives and a daughter or something like that, of some actors, etc. And I go over there wearing my dungarees, my overalls, because I've been painting the house. And I go over there, pink, burnt, you know. I'd heard tell of this thing called the sun, but I'd never actually had experience with it, and it was doing a real number on me. And I go over for tea, and what I see in front of me are 2 women with the kind of shelves, the shelf-like action, the augmentation, the shelfage, so high, so firm, that you could literally rest a cup of tea on it, and perhaps a scone. And this was my first sighting, my first introduction to the horror of what is a lot of LA. They weren't even actresses. They weren't even the business. They were just doing it because I think they felt that that's what the look, you know, that's the way they should look in LA, for fuck's sake. And so I come across this and I think, this wasn't for me. Let me tell you, this really wasn't for me. But the problem is that everybody has this feeling that they're meant to somehow look apart, or I never have. I just look the way I look, or good, bad, indifferent. I just don't. That's not it for me. And then it became apparent that every single person working in every area of society, your valet parker, of course, your waiter, your hedge pruner, your handyman, your dentist, your barista, your shop assistant, everybody was a star in waiting. Everybody is a star in waiting here. Everybody has got a script or a screenplay or an 8x10 or a CD or a reel that they want to get to you if you're someone that can help. So they're always aware, they're always on, just in case you are someone they should know. And they're literally doing this, either looking at you at a party because you're interesting, and then you're no one, are you? You're no one. And then they're looking over your shoulder to see if somebody who could be someone that could help them has walked through the door. That's the fucking truth, people. Let me tell you. I mean, there's many things wrong all over the world, but this is a good one. I have to share this with you. Once at the dentist, I was having my teeth cleaned. It's a shock to the Brits. But I was having my teeth cleaned, and the oral hygienist was, as I was pinned to the chair, like that, she started pitching me an idea for a screen for a sitcom or something, or a screenplay or something, and to see if I thought if I thought it was a good idea, and she go, what do you think? And it's just like, please God, stop. So, but I'm too polite. I should have just said, could you fucking shut up and clean my teeth? But no, I just took it. Because I was scared she was going to stick something in me and hurt me. That was all that really was. Harry was once hurt playing basketball. He just cut himself or something. We took him to the ER. And whilst he's in the ER, a young doctor comes in and he's like, your biggest spinal tap, right? He goes nuts. And then he just leaves him. He ran out. And he comes back. And in his hand is a CD. And 8x10s of his band. Could Harry please play them on his radio show, Le Show, if he likes it, please? So that's the kind of place you're talking about. Now, there was one place, I'm just going to, before I start this song, there was one of my favorite places close by, and it was a tiny theater. This is closed now. And it was a restaurant and then a tiny theater attached to it. And it was like a double whammy, because the waiters in there would literally recite. They'd tell you the today's specials as if they were doing fucking Hamlet soliloquy. And it was so fantastic. And I just lived for this moment. And we'd sit on the patio with our dogs, and we'd sit out there with my dear friend Rob and Harry and myself, and we'd just wait. The starter, the aperitif. The aperitif was today the specials are. They would start like that. And then it would culminate, the laughter would begin, and then the absolute piece de resistance would be when the acting class on a Tuesday night would come out for a break. Acting class. Now, I went to drama school, so I know that this is all just a big excuse for teachers to shag students, so I know what it's all about. But here's the thing. They would come out for a ciggy break, They'd come out, and they'd sit there, and they would talk about the scenes that they were going to do, and they were going to be working on today, the scenes and this voice. It's just so good. And one of my favorite that I will never forget to this fucking day is two girls sitting outside very close to us, and the other said to the other, what are your scenes? What have you chosen to do? Because they do scenes, from a play or a film or whatever, and that would be their thing. And then they would be watched by the professor, who was just trying to figure out how quickly he could shag them. And then, and the one says to the other, you remember that scene from G.I. Jane? Where Demi does the push-ups on the one fist. Well, I'm going to do that because it's really intense and it's very physical, so I think it really covers a lot of ground. Sorry, if you couldn't understand that. I'm doing the scene from G.I. Jane, a film so full of shit, and there's a bit in it, and she's a GI, and she does a push-up on one fist to show how tough she is. That is what this girl was going to do as her scene, because it was really intense. And it did remind me of my own drama classes, and the warm-up. We would go and have warm-ups, basically, where we would try to get physically free. Really free yourself up. Free yourself. Get out of your body. Fuck that. I'm in my body. Get off me. Free up, and we would have to pretend to be barnyard animals. With my hand, look. Can you see? I'm just doing an air wank. Barnyard animals. Again, so that the teachers could just watch us and see who was going to be most limber when they shagged us. It was a shag fest, apart from me, of course, because I've always been absolutely uptight, prim, really just completely turned off by all of this. It's not my gig. And also, dare I say it, I actually could act. I could act, and I think that was the difference. If you couldn't act, you shagged. There you go. Now, so all these people, so imagine all these people. I know of all of this. I know what it's all about. But all these people in this toxic, who do you know, how can you help me, town. This place is on fucking steroids compared to barnyard animals, for fuck's sake. We're on to G.I. Jane on one fucking fist. So, and the truth is, most will fail. Some because of bad luck, some because they don't have the talent. Just they're following a dream and they've got this lust for it. We all know this. I'm this person too. This is who I am. But ultimately, me, all of them, we all think that being on stage, and it does work, let me tell you, until you get off stage, but we all wrongly believe that to be famous, to get to that place, to be known, to be loved, to be adored, to be something, to be seen, to be acknowledged, to be loved, will make you well. For most people that go in for this fucking entertainment business in this toxic fucking town, they should get on a train as soon as possible. A train out of Hollywood. Here I go. Seamless. Oh, yeah. 2, 3. Can you believe I still need lyrics after all this time? I know. I only wrote it. What's your fucking problem? Here we go. Well, I've got a friend and he can't see how living the high life might just be the perfect disguise for someone who's in pain. Works in a bar and he tells me if he tries really hard, then he might just be a beautiful star, 'cause that's all he really needs to make him well inside. Callie, you're running out of time. Callie, you're going down in the style. Swallow your pride and get on a train out of Hollywood. Look at me, I've been such a fool, thinking fame would do what only time can do, hoping I would be alright if I could have a perfect life just like you. Oh, 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 funny how those who would chase fame tend to be those in the greatest pain, searching for highs that reach into their very veins. Callie, you're running out of time. Callie, going down in style. I will swallow your pride and get on a train out of Hollywood. Callie, you're running out of time. Callie, you're going down in style. I will swallow your pride and get on a train out of Hollywood. Get on a train. Oh, oh, oh. Get on a train. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, no, no, oh. I say, ah, oh, ah, oh, 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 ah, oh, ah, oh, 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 ah, oh, ah, oh, 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 oh. Oh, God. Played that for so long. I do enjoy playing that song. Hey, that's okay, my love. Better late than never. Always better late than never. Hey, Dougie, thank you so much, my friends. So here's the thing. You think really long and hard. You really do think that being famous, getting what you want, being seen, mostly about being loved. Being loved. Thanks, Sue. Thank you, everyone. You think, and I'm the one to tell you this from the fucking horse's mouth, you think that being famous, being seen, being loved, being adored, it will fill the empty void, that hole inside you. Yeah. It doesn't. And this next song is a real testament to that. Because when I was in the studio, and I wanted to do a cover, because of course this was a love letter in its way to that time, the 1970s, and hearing Leland and Russ and all that beautiful music of Laurel Canyon. And so I said, and I was talking to Russ one day in the studio, and I said, well, I wonder what James Taylor song I should cover, because I don't want to do the ones everybody knows. I mean, they've been done to death, and he's so incredible. So, and Russ said, like that, he went, hey, mister, that's me up on the jukebox. And I said, why? And he said, because he reminds me so much in what he wrote that song about, and what you talk about, and what you've been through. It reminds me so much of you, and it's an extraordinary thing. It's about James at the height of his career, sitting in a restaurant or a bar or somewhere and hearing his own music coming out of the speakers because he was being played everywhere. It was number one, everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. And he was in pain hearing it. And all he could hear was his faults and his ugly self and all his negativity, because when you're unwell up here, you're unwell in here, and nothing you see or hear feels good. And that's why it does fill the void while you're doing it. It does while you're performing, but it's like literally putting a Band-Aid over a tumor, and that's really it. So it was the perfect song for me to cover. And it really is about that place that I used to be in and no longer am, thank the Lord. Touch nothing remotely would. But it really is an incredible song about how fame just doesn't do the trick. You just think it will, and that's why we all run after it so readily. So here is an amazing James Taylor song from Ebb Flow, with Russ Kunkel, of course, Leland Sklar, Waddy Wachtel, and this is the amazing Hey Mister, That's Me Up on the Jukebox. Hey, mister, that's me up on the jukebox. I'm the one that's singing the sad song. Well, I cry every time that you put in another dime to hear that sad song one more time. Southern California, that's as blue as a girl can be. Blue as a deep blue sea, won't you listen to me now? I need your golden gated cities like I need a hole in the head. And just like a hole in the head, I'm free. Oh, hey, mister, that's me up on the jukebox. I'm the one who's singing a sad song. I cry every time that you put in one more dime to hear that sad song one more time. Oh, I do believe I'm headed home. Hey, mister, can't you see that I'm as dry as a bone? I think I'll spend some more time alone. Unless you find a way of squeezing water from a stone. 'Cause I've been this lonesome player a little bit too long. I've been this lonesome player a little bit too long. sad song. And I cry every time that you put in one more dime to hear that sad song one more time. To hear that sad song one more time. You put in that dime to hear that sad song one more time. What a song. I mean, extraordinary. Just the fact that it's like every single time you saw anybody, it's so great. The idea, that visual of every single time somebody would put it in there. Thank you so much. Every time somebody would put a dime in the jukebox and it would be another James Taylor song, he would die a little inside. Fucking hell! And I know exactly that feeling. I really, really do. You know, hearing yourself on the radio, hearing yourself in the situation, hearing yourself being doing a performance and feeling like I'm shitting on stage. I hate myself. It just is. It just is. When the captain, you know, when the captain's telling you how you should feel. So, but we move on to happier things, kind of times. With this final song. The final song from Ebb Flow. Let me bring you all the way around because, you know, that was me then. That was James then. Interesting thing is that not being that person anymore, but being somebody who can now actually feel the joy and be in it and be present and feel proud of what I do and enjoy it. I mean, it takes a bit. I'm still, you know, I mean, all creative people are full of self-loathing. We're the biggest critics. You're meant to be. That's how you, as long as it doesn't destroy you, you know. But it's just the way it is. But now it's not to a point where it's, you know, it destroys everything that I do. Far from it. I'm a very different person. And what's come with that, and what's remarkable about that, is that I think what comes with it is the ability to feel, you know, when you have that depression, you have that way of thinking, that way of self-loathing, and you're depressed, you numb. You can take drugs, you can drink, you can do it all. James did everything, of course. I numbed out, of course, and loved food. But I numbed myself out completely, which meant that I wouldn't feel. I couldn't feel in order. I stopped myself feeling so that I wouldn't feel pain. I wouldn't be hurt again. That's what a lot of us do, I think. And then when it came to making this record, I felt everything. My dad had just passed away. I felt so much. I felt the full shock, horror, grief of losing this person that I loved so much. And I had stopped numbing myself, not as much as I am now, but I was on the way to being fully unnumbed. And it really is, you know, when you love that well, when you love that much, when you allow yourself to feel, it's like that saying, you know, better to have loved, you know. It really is. What comes with that, with loss, is the grief that is unbearable. But you're alive. When you feel you're alive, you are. And so that's where we end up with these songs from Ebb Flow, with a song which is about really the price you pay for feeling, for being able to feel, which I take as being an incredible privilege after years of stopping myself from feeling anything. And this is a song called About Love. And I got so sick and tired. And it's funny. You know, with Doris, I say to people, I've lost my dog. And they're like, oh, my God. It took me years to get over this. Years. I'm still a mess. When I told people about, you know, when it was 6 months or so after I lost my dad, and I'd say I'm in a really bad way, they'd go, yeah, but you don't want to you don't want to let it linger too long. He wouldn't have wanted you to grieve too long. You know, you got to get back into... Interesting, isn't it? Yeah. So I wrote this song for those people who thought, hey, you know, come on, snap out of it, get back on, come on. Doesn't work that way. This is about love. I hope I can remember it. Here we go. Have you ever loved so much it broke you in two, but still you never ever dreamt of leaving? Have you ever thought there's nothing I wouldn't do? 'Cause if you had, then you would never tell me move on, move on, be strong as everyone must. 'Cause if you understood you miss someone the way I do now, you would understand if you knew anything, anything about love. If you knew anything, anything about love, about love. Have you ever seen that somebody walk in a room and suddenly your heart is beating like a drum? Have you ever prayed for the phone call that never comes? 'Cause if you're done, then you would never tell me move up, move on, be strong as everyone must. 'Cause if you'd ever felt the emptiness that I do now, you would understand if you knew anything, anything about love. If you knew anything, anything about love, you wouldn't ask me if you knew anything, anything about love. If you knew anything, anything about love. If you knew anything, anything, if you knew anything, anything about love. About love. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so very, very much indeed. I've got a song that I'm going to give you a little preface to, a little tease of that I think you're all feeling right now. I'm going to record this and do a recording of this in this room, like I did with Pedro on the last one. I put a spell on you, but I'm going to give you a little. I'm going to give you a little tease so you can hear how it sounds. High town, Summer in the city, back of my neck feeling dirty and gritty. Well, so long, doesn't it a pity? Well, doesn't seem to be a shadow in the city. I think you know this song. Tonight it's a different world. Come on and find a girl. It will be alright. Well, in the summer, in the city, ooh, oh, in the summer. Hot town, summer in the city. The back of my neck is dirty and gritty. Un petit tease pour vous. Coming next, my people. You wait. It's going to be a hoot. Yes, I believe that is a Loving Spoonful, isn't it? I think it is. Hot town, summer in the city, back of my neck, did it. No, can't do that. I just had to do it because somebody actually said summer in the city. Someone said summer in the city, so I'm going to have to do it. Don't we think that's a good one? Yes, I think so indeed. Now, my friends, that's the next one that's going to come shortly. You're going to hear that one next. Now, what shall I do? Anybody wants to say what the next record should be in the FFS catalogue? What do we think? Mopping Up Karma? You have Mopping Up Karma, you have Here, you have Lost and Found, you have Somebody's Child, you have them all. So I need to hear which one does anybody want to come up with something right now? Whoever somebody comes up with, if you don't come up with something, then I'll pick something myself. But if anybody wants to come up with an idea as a back catalogue, sounds painful, but anybody wants to say, thank you so much, anybody wants an idea, what would you like to hear? What's the album that you would like? Mopping Up Karma. Yeah, that's where I was going. I was wondering how fucking long you'd be before you came up with that, because you're hanging me out here like to dry. No, I was going to do Mopping Up Karma anyway, so now that we have Hannah, darling Hannah, thank you so much. I will be doing Mopping Up Karma starting Wednesday, and that's a big bastard. And then Somebody's Child. You were too late, sorry. I've never even done Extraordinary. I don't even believe I've done that live. So you know what? There's an awful lot of good stuff that's coming, and good stories and fun times, let me tell you, and weirdness. Oh, dear God. So my Kinder, mine loves, mes petits enfants. I will see you Wednesday. And until then, you know the drill. Mask, spray, 6 feet. We're living in a Petri dish. I will see you then. At some point next week, you'll see Summer in the City. I know you will. Until then, take care. You have been watching For Fuck's Sake with me, Judith Owen. Love you all. See you really soon. Mwah! I'm coming in.